What is up, you guys? It's Dustin, and I am back with another video. How are you doing, Nick?
I am doing great. How are you?
I'm good. You guys, we had an episode today. Nick was outside walking the dogs.
Oh my God, yes.
And our neighbor's dog literally busted through the fence. That dog was gonna eat Birkin.
I had my headphones on and I was looking up because there was like a hawk that was flying like kind of low, like over like the neighbor's yard. So I was like, let me just stand here. And then Aspen goes fucking running and I turn around and the neighbor's dog is literally pushing through the fucking fence. And like when I got over to like grab Aspen, the dog like actually got through the fence. I don't think the dog is mean though. I think that it was just like excited wanting to play.
The way it looks, the fence, it looks like, do you remember that movie The Sandlot where the dog like comes over the fence and like busts through it and stuff? That's kind of what it looks like back there now. But obviously none of that is going to be what we're going to be talking about in this video, because I have an update for you guys with this whole Daisy Marquez thing, right? So she faked having sickle cell anemia. And I want to say that that's gross. A lot of people probably took away me saying that it takes a lot of gumption to get on the internet and admit that you lied. It does. She has big balls to do that, because now this video that she had put up saying this was titled, "I Have Something to Tell You Guys," right? And that video was nowhere to be found. The tweets were deleted. She thought that she could just tell the story the way she remembered it happening, or how she wanted it to be portrayed, right?
Someone found the video.
Girl, yes, they did. So Poncho, I don't know if you guys know Poncho, but he makes drama videos for the Latin community, right? He found the video, and I found this through Danny Flores. He used to be the Chisme Report, but now his channel is the Flores Report. I'm going to link them in the description box of this video. Full credit goes to them. But you guys, I was just sitting here. I watched this video. It's not very long. It's like 7 minutes, and I have, let me grab my notes. I made notes. I made pages of notes because I want to talk about this, because if you're going to sit here and you're going to portray yourself to have some kind of like terminal illness, some sickness, something like that people deal with that affects people in a horrible way. I could not tell you the amount of comments that I got from people saying that they have family members that were affected by sickle cell anemia, people that have lost their family members to it, aunties, uncles, all of that. I'm just not here for that. So I don't want you guys to think in any way I was trying to take up for her. I think she's disgusting. Anyone that would lie about having a disease, especially something this serious.
Did people think you were taking up for her?
I think that some people thought that maybe I was, because I said that it takes
certainly not me. I said
not a lot of fortitude. I can't remember the exact word that I used, gumption or whatever, to get on the internet, because you have to have big balls to come on the internet and admit that you lied. I was sitting over there gagged and gooped. So there's some things that I wrote down that I want to talk about, because she needs her ass called out for this. This is disgusting. So Daisy gets into this video and she basically says that she wants to address why she's been gone, right?
Okay.
We know now that that is because she had a BBL, but she tried to portray everything as her having sickle cell anemia and having an episode.
Why lie about a BBL? I do not understand it. If you go from looking one way like one day and then someone sees you a month later and all of a sudden you have a big ass, like people know.
They already knew, and they were clocking her in the tweets. If you watch my last video about this, they were clocking her saying, girl, your ass got fatter. Like, we know you had a BBL. It's just like James Charles. Remember when he had that first BBL and he tried to act like he didn't? And then we all knew, girl. We all knew.
So obviously from the title of the video, you're probably like a little bit confused, like what does she have to tell us? But I am just here to tell you guys what has been going on in my life for the past 2 weeks. A lot of you guys noticed that I was being a little bit MIA on social media. I was still uploading and stuff, but I just wasn't being active. I wasn't like tweeting like I always do or Snapchatting and all that stuff. So I just want to let you guys know what has been going on.
Now, Daisy says that she went for her yearly physical, right? Okay. And the doctor told her, or they asked her rather, if she was anemic. I've never heard of a doctor asking you if you're anemic if they did your blood work. Have you ever had that happen? Do they ask you things? I've just had doctors give me diagnoses. They've never asked me if I've had something when they have complete access to my health records, right?
So I'm just going to go straight into the story. So pretty much what happened was that in the beginning of the year, obviously it's still the beginning of the year, but in the beginning of January, I went for my physical checkup and they took out some blood work and they were like, oh, are you anemic? And I was like, yes. I was like, I'm anemic. I was like, I've already been knowing this. I was like, because of my iron level is low. And they were like, oh no, you're not anemic because of your iron level. They were like, your hemoglobin level is low.
Let me look here at my notes because I'm getting a little bit confused. So the doctor asked if she was anemic, and she told the doctor she was because she had low iron levels. But she, in the same breath, says the doctor corrected her and said she had low hemoglobin levels, which we don't know if it's a lie or not. We don't know if she's anemic or not. Like, is she anemic? And she said she had sickle cell anemia because it's easy to be anemic. I've been anemic before. But what we know now is she doesn't have sickle cell anemia.
It's just so crazy to come online and like lie about that.
It's weird, and it's totally manipulation.
Like, of all
And one
things.
thing I can't stand more than anything else, above a liar even, is a fucking manipulator.
Yeah.
And for me, it's the fact that she has over 1 million followers that she literally manipulated and told lies to. Could you imagine
they're
if we
probably
got
all
caught up
okay
in a
with it.
lie like that?
No, they're probably all okay with it too.
Yeah, they don't
Just like
care.
everyone's okay with like Michaela lying to them.
I mean, let's be for real. We can be outraged over makeup because people spend their hard-earned money on that. That's one thing. And then lying about a medical issue that affects people that is out of their control. I've never seen anybody with a medical issue that asked for a medical issue. You know what I'm saying? People asked to buy makeup.
Oh, no. I've seen some of those fucking stories. Like the lady that wanted to be disabled, so she like broke her legs.
That's just
Or
crazy.
like the person that wanted to be blind, so they like took out their
Yes,
eyes.
I've
Like,
seen
you guys have
stories
seen those
like
stories online, right?
Girl, that's mental
craziness.
illness. That's mental illness,
Craziness.
isn't it?
Bring back the asylums.
One of the biggest gags about this is Daisy says that her mom, after she finds out this information from her doctor, comes down to support her during this episode that she's having, right? But now we know that she was coming down to support her anyway because she was having a fucking BBL. She literally got her mom in on this lie, and her mom is apparently a part of her social media, and people like look to her and shit. Like, how sick is that? So now,
So now mom went along with the sickle cell?
Yeah, the mom went along with
Oh.
it. So she's enabling that type of shit. So if she has a social media following today, I know that she used to. I haven't checked for her. That's disgusting.
So right after my appointment, I told my mom what happened, and then she flew down here, which a lot of you guys were like, why is Daisy's mom there? Why isn't she showing her off on Snap, how I usually do? And my mom was really concerned, so obviously her as a parent, she just came down here to be there for support and just to see what's going on. So then whenever we went back for the checkup appointment, that's where they explained everything to me.
Like, I know going to bat for your kids is one thing, but to lie about a serious illness and go along with the gag that your daughter has sickle cell anemia when she doesn't, and you know
girl,
that, like, to cover for a BBL.
It's not so surprising though, because we have parents out here of social media influencers
That would
are
do
just
anything.
completely turning a blind eye to the fact that their son has messaged minors
Yes.
inappropriately.
James Charles. But what's weird about this is she says that she calls her mom and all of that, but she doesn't say that she got a diagnosis. So I don't understand, like, either you had something or you didn't. You went for a physical or you didn't. But here, like, this is where her lie, if you were to originally watch this video, it would start to come apart because she says that her and her mom go to a follow-up appointment. Now, this is for the physical. It's a follow-up. She knew she was anemic, but they told her, or they insinuated, that she had sickle cell anemia. Are you fucking serious now? Now, she says that the doctor explained everything to her, how sickle cell anemia works, how she doesn't have sickle cell disease, she just has sickle cell trait. And I'm like, girl, she really did her research, and there's a gag here in a minute.
So pretty much what sickle cell anemia is, everybody has red blood cells and they are circles. However, if you have sickle cell anemia, your red blood cells are like little crescent moons. So that makes it really easy for them to pile up and clog up. And red blood cells contain protein, which is hemoglobin. And when the hemoglobin doesn't get to a specific area of your body, then obviously it affects it. So with my red blood cells being little crescents and then them clogging up that specific area, it prevents from the oxygen to go through my body. So that's where that came from, because they were like, your hemoglobin levels are really low. You're not getting enough oxygen throughout your body. And it explained a lot. The doctor explained to me that there are two kinds of sickle cell anemia, that there is sickle cell disease and sickle cell trait. The difference being is that sickle cell disease is deadly, which when he was telling me this, I was like, oh my God, do I have sickle cell disease? And all these things started going through my head and I started overthinking. And pretty much sickle cell disease is like where it's like 100% like full on sickle cell anemia. And whenever it's just like full on sickle cell anemia, where it comes with like all the symptoms.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who Daisy Marquez is. Okay.
I made two videos back in the day. One about her and one about her sister Destiny. They're crazy as a bag full of rattlesnakes.
I must have missed those. The notification did not go out for me.
Well,
so learning all this about her is shocking.
Well, I mean,
The fact that she lied about that.
this is going to be a historical moment for her, because this video is going to be up forever. And when people Google Daisy Marquez and how she lies, let this be
Not a
a
historical
noted
moment.
point. This is going to be an archive moment, because if you're going to lie about this, you will lie about other things.
Linked
I'm
to
not
Together
convinced
forever.
anything that comes out of that girl's mouth henceforward is a motherfucking lie until proven otherwise.
How would people know if she's going to lie about something as big as this?
Yes. So Daisy says the doctor tells her how deadly this disease could be and the traits of it and all of that. And then she goes on to say that she watched videos, specifically one about a little boy that had sickle cell anemia and how he was like basically writhing there in pain, suffering through a sickle cell attack. And she tries to relate herself to that. That is so fucking sick. That is some true crime type shit.
The chronic pain, and by chronic pain is you get really bad joint pain, and I will link some videos down below where you can see, like, I saw the one that affected me the most is when I saw this video, this little boy, and he was just like, oh, like in agony, just like touching himself, where he had pain and he wasn't able to control it, and it lasted to like 3 to 5 hours. I saw a lot of different videos about it.
You know, this is making me think of
Gypsy Rose.
No, it is making me think of Gypsy Rose, but you know who it's making me think of Gypsy Rose with? Janelle Evans.
Oh,
how Janelle
God.
Evans is saying that she went through exactly
Yes.
what Gypsy Rose has gone
Bitch,
through.
no, you did
and just
not.
wait for the
No,
story
you
to
did not.
drop.
We
Girl.
all seen how you treated Barb, bitch. We all seen how you
I
treated
know
Barb.
that.
Barb should have reached across and reached around
Shut
on
up.
that ass. But it gets even deeper, obviously, so she has to give some details and make people understand what she's been going through so she can sound like she's actually went through this. So she starts rapping off all this shit, all the symptoms of sickle cell anemia, all of that, right?
And then sickle cell trait is like, how should I say it? Like sickle cell disease is like 100% sickle cell anemia, and sickle cell trait is like 50%, should I say. So sickle cell trait is more like you just get the symptoms. So the symptoms are like dizziness, fatigue, weakness, chest pain, muscle pain, which explains so much because ever since I was little, my hands and feet would swell up, and that was because I wasn't getting oxygen flow to my hands and feet because of sickle cell anemia. And I just never went to the doctor specifically for my anemia. How I found out that I was anemic was because I tried donating blood at the blood drive, and they were like, oh, you can't, your iron levels are low. My mom was like, yeah, she was like, your iron levels are low because you're anemic, you don't eat right, you're not eating your frijoles and all this other stuff, right? So I tried for 3 years to donate, and every single time they were like, no, but my iron levels kept getting lower and lower and lower, and then they were like, you need to go get yourself checked out. And I never got myself checked out until my physical check here in California. That's when everything happened. It explains this to, like, when I stand up, I get really dizzy. There's times where I just stand up and then I like faint. And another reason being is because I don't drink a lot of water. So he was like, that affects you a lot. He's like, your red blood cells are really dehydrated. The muscle pains, I would randomly just be laying down and I would get muscle pain, and I'd be like, what's wrong? And I would like punch myself trying to take the pain away. I'm always dizzy, and I'm always tired. I was always like, why am I always so tired? Like, I know I'm not lazy, like I know I procrastinate, but I was like, I just felt so sluggish. Like I had no energy. Like, and the worst part about it was like, I would be so tired that I would just go to sleep.
It's almost verbatim what is on the Mayo Clinic website. I promise you.
Notes.
She did. She took notes. It's almost like, I feel like at some parts in that video, she had something in front of her, maybe a computer or something, and she was like reading off of it.
Well, maybe she didn't want to forget things, though.
Well, I mean,
Maybe
girl,
she
if
didn't
you
wanna
live
forget.
it, that's the best indicator to you
Devil's
not
advocate
forgetting
here,
it. People
but
suffer
it's
with
still the
that.
fact that she lied about this.
Yes. She even tries to reinforce this more by telling a story about when she was a kid and how she would have like swelling and stuff.
Did she swell?
Yeah, because that's apparently a part of having sickle cell anemia, girl. She like fabricated this whole lie. And the only thing that swole was her ass from them doctors sticking all them probes in it to inject that fat.
I saw actually over on TikTok, I follow this guy. I don't know how to say his name. It is like BTYPEP. Like he's like people think people think that he's like this like house husband because his husband's always at work, but he's always like shopping and shit. He's a full-time content creator, he'll tell you. But he said that he went to go get a BBL, and what it is they're injecting his ass with filler that has hyaluronic acid in it, and he has to do a shit ton of treatments. But he's like, over time it's gonna grow, and he's like super fucking skinny, like really fucking
now he's
skinny
gonna have
and
a big
very
old ass.
tall. So we're gonna know if it works. We're gonna know. He turned to the side the other day though, and he was like, "Look at it already," and I was like, "We're looking. Where is
How
it?"
dangerous it is to get a BBL. Like, people really underestimate how serious that is.
That
That's
lady
one
from
of the
Wild
top
Out.
things that will kill you.
The lady from Wild 'N Out, didn't she die from complications?
I never watched Wild 'N Out.
The blonde lady.
Didn't
She died
watch it.
last year. in Miami.
I'm sorry to you, ma'am. I don't know who you
y'all
are.
know who I'm
May you
talking
rest in
about?
peace.
Y'all know who I'm talking about?
I don't. So in this new podcast where she admitted that she lied about this, she said that she basically thought she had sickle cell anemia because one of the nurses, when she had this BBL, was like, yeah, girl, like you have sickle cell anemia. Well, she says in this old deleted video, I'm going to show you guys the clip in a minute. She says that she found out she was anemic when she went to go donate blood, and they said that she had low blood iron levels. So we don't know if that's a lie or not. I need her to clarify. Are you anemic or are you not, or was all of this a lie?
Needs to eat some beets.
I feel like all of it was a lie. So she goes on to tell in this video that she had a blood transfusion, right? So
Okay.
now we know that this blood transfusion was actually code for her having this BBL done, right? So that right there, like a blood transfusion is a very serious thing. I don't know if any of you have ever been through it. I haven't, but I have had a sibling that had to go through it, and that is really scary. So that's something else.
Everything that was happening to me just made a lot more sense. All my questions were answered. But then after that, he was like, you're gonna have to get a blood transfusion. They were like, because of the sickle cell anemia. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's whenever I started getting, like a little bit more scared. And I was like, what is this? Like, I've never gotten a blood transfusion before, blah, blah. But he was telling me that it was really beneficial and that I needed it. So I was like, okay.
To lie about a blood transfusion.
Like, I don't understand, girl.
Did
like,
she say
you
that
had
she lied
a
about the blood
BBL.
transfusion?
Huh?
Did she say that she lied about that?
That's the thing. I don't know if she lied about it or she had to get the blood transfusion
Because of
due
the
to the
BBL.
BBL. So, I mean, it could be true. She could have got a blood transfusion. I'm not going to say that that's a lie, but what I do know is she don't have sickle cell anemia and she didn't get no damn blood transfusion because of it. That's 100% fact. Now, I don't know why when you get in a video and you're telling your audience something so serious as you having sickle cell anemia, but she says that she was going through a lot of things and she's like, you know how Libras are. We overanalyze.
But when I was at home with my mom, I started doing like more research and more videos and more this and that. And then I started overthinking. I was like, oh my God, like, what if my kids are going to have this? And then I was like, I'm not going to be able to film for so long. And I was like, I'm not going to be active. Like, I just started overthinking. I'm a Libra. Libras overthink so much shit.
Girl, no offense to the Libras watching this, but every Libra I've ever had in my life was a lying, manipulative piece of shit. I'm sorry if you're a Libra.
I don't know anything about that.
I'm telling you.
I don't know anything about the zodiac like that.
Well, you are a Virgo through and through, 100%. She even talks about how her hair was falling out and all that. Now, if she was anemic, that is a possibility, but the fact that she was just anemic, but she was trying to say that she had sickle cell anemia and try to relate to people that had sickle cell anemia is just really fucking gross. But you guys are going to have to let me know what you think about this down below. I think that people that lie about diseases, there should be some kind of consequence for that. That's fraud, especially if you do it on a social media platform. To me, if she would, has she ever done a GoFundMe? I want to know that, because if she did a GoFundMe, we all know what that would be. And if you're going to lie about having a health issue, you're going to lie about other things. So what else has she lied about? She had some really bad tweets back in the day. I don't mean to go that far back, but she had some gross tweets.
I just wouldn't be trusting of her going forward.
There's no reason for her to have an audience.
Lie about a disease.
That's the lowest of the fucking low.
That's awful.
That for me, because it's a serious disease, is the same thing as her saying that she had cancer. It's the same for me. It's disgusting.
And there are many people over on TikTok that lie about having cancer because people are sending them donations.
Pudding.
It's always stage 4 pancreatic cancer.
Yep.
That is the #1 over there. So many people get called out about it. It's disgusting.
It's manipulation. It's just like somebody saying that they're going to suicide or something like that. It's all manipulation. It's emotional abuse too. So she emotionally abused her whole fucking audience with her health. That's
made people worry about her.
But if you guys made it this far in this video, leave me the nurse emoji down below. Is she lying on this nurse? Because I believe so. I don't think none of them damn people told her nothing. They were just like, ma'am, we're going to inject this fat in your ass and we're going to send you home. But with all that said, I hope you guys all have an amazing day and we will see you all in my next video. Bye guys.